everyone, welcome back to my video. I hope that all of you are having a great spring break. I don't know if some of you are having it yet. It is actually Thursday, and yesterday was our last day of work. It was pretty crazy, pretty busy, but we closed everything down in the cafeteria. For those of you who are new, welcome. Thank you for coming by. I work at a high school in a cafeteria, and so we shut everything down, and we're free and clear for 11 days. So they have conferences going, and so that's why we have these last 2 days, and then we have the whole week and our weekend. So I've just been hanging out, and my husband's actually at an interview right now. He's doing a road test after being sick for 2.5 months. He's ready to get back to work. His lungs are all built up, and he called me and said that the interview went great. They are really excited to have him, and they wanted him to stick around and do a road trip. So he's doing that now. So I thought I'd take this time. I got to go to the store later. I take care of my dogs here in a little bit. But I thought I would take this time real quick and show you what I have. And I'm really sorry, but my stomach, I should have ate something before I did this. You may hear a growl. It's not my dogs, it's me. I should eat something too. Oh, I've got some things I want to do. But it's okay, I have 11 days off. If I make it to the store today, I'll make it to the store today. But I'm going to try, because my husband wanted me to pick him up something, so I want to try and do that. So why don't we go ahead and get going on this. If he gets going to work, I should be back to regular life. The calendar that I showed you last month, for all of you who have stuck it out with me, kind of did it, but I kind of got tired. I was like, oh, I just want to sleep and not think. And not thinking and cross-stitching is a bad combination. But there's times I got up and I just had to do things, you know. I'd sit down and kind of half fall asleep, and then I'd get up and just have to do things at home. And there's times when I would meet up with my husband after I got off of work, just so he could get out and move around and just gain some strength back in his lungs after fighting pneumonia. You know, it almost killed him. So, you know, he had a long recovery road. So now he's good. He gets a little winded, but it's just getting out more. Helps a lot. Driving is no big deal. He's been doing that for quite a while. So I haven't really been stitching as much as I like, but sometimes you just gotta slow down. I never lost my stitchy bug. I just knew that, you know, if I'm just tired, it's best if I just don't feel like frogging. So I have been working on Poinsettia Place from Country Cottage and Needleworks. This was supposed to be done last month. No, it didn't, because I'm doing one a month with Andy from Nana's Needles. I have one snowflake left. I have to do the poinsettias. You can tell I'm working on that. And I've also got the rest of the snow down here to do in the little border. I hope to have this done in a couple days. Then I will hop right on to the next one. Don't know what that one is. I was trolling around on eBay, and I found Santa's sleigh, and it had the Gentle Arts and the button and the chart for 11 bucks and free shipping. Couldn't pass it up, so I bought it. It's on its way. The seller shipped it out the very next day, and I bought it in the evening. So I don't know. I've got a couple more that has these called for flosses, so I'm not sure which one I'll do. I was going to do according to what was in order if you were stitching the whole thing on one piece of fabric. but I don't have all the flosses, so I'm doing whatever I have. And then slowly start getting the flosses. I have stuff everywhere. I really do. Oh boy. Oh, here it is. It's on the floor. Ugh. I'm sorry, that's my dog. He's really having a hard time. Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, Happily Ever After. It was last year's Sal. And my stomach is growling again, people. It's awful. I finished March. I did it. So the only thing I need to do is the border. And then I need to go back to February and stitch up that mountain that I had to frog and whatever that stuff is. Stars, I guess. But March is completely done. So happy. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I lied to you. The butterfly, I don't know if you can see the butterfly on the bush, probably not. But it's its body. I didn't finish the body. That's 3 stitches of brown. So I will throw that in there when I start working on the border here in the next couple days. I don't know if I'll start on it today, but I'll probably start on it tomorrow. And then in April and May, they're very small charts, the little blocks there. So I will chart out 5 days for each one of these in April and May and work on a center when I'm done with those, because it should only take a couple days. I looked at the chart and it's really small and there's not a lot of color changes. Looks like it, but it's not. So that's my plan with that. And then I stitched on, come on stomach, the Sweetheart Tree, the scissor fob. And you know, I already had the first one done. It took me so long to do. All I have to do is the beading, and I'm just going to do all the beading together for both of them at the same time. And I am here. And I should be able to whip out the words in one day. It only took me like 2 or 3 days to do that, and only because I was stitching on it in the evening. So that's a lot of fun, and I hope by the weekend I will be putting it together as a scissor fob. I hope, I hope, I hope. So super cute, and it's so fun to stitch. Once you wrap your mind around stitching 1 over 2, no, sorry, 1 over 1, 1 over 2, and 1 over 3, then it's fun. But I love learning different things, so it was cool. And then the only other thing I stitched on, no, I stitched my sister's bookmark and got that done. I wanted to do another one out of that same book that I had. Didn't like how it was going. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. So I took this magazine that I purchased from a birthday gift, or sorry, Christmas gift card I got from said sister, and decided I wanted to tag, like I do, the projects I want to do. And I came across this, and oh my goodness. I know I saw it the first time I flipped through, but I knew I had to do it. And I'm doing this one for my sister because it's purple. And he is really wanting. It doesn't show you in the picture. I'll try and show you without showing you all the chart. Don't want to get in trouble. But fell asleep here. My sister falls asleep reading books all the time. It's perfect. So you take, when you're done stitching, And you take ribbon, something, yeah, and you sandwich it between your stitching and felt. Then you stitch really close to your cross stitching. Then you cut that out. So when you're stitching on the sewing machine, take your time. I am really bad about it. I'm not a sewer, but I'm gonna have to really take my time and do it. And then you do it inside the handle. And then you stitch both sides of your tag, your T tag, and you sandwich that ribbon between there, and you stitch the two pieces together really close, and then you fray it. I don't know if you can see that. And there's your tag. So, don't judge me, people, but this is as far as I've gotten. Pretty pitiful, huh? I was so tired yesterday. We were down 3 people at work, and then 1 person had to leave early. I was tired. Went in late, and we stayed late, but it's okay. So, I really got to work on that. Her birthday's Sunday. Pretty bad. So that's everything I've stitched on, so the only finish I have is her other bookmark. So here it is. It's imperfectly perfect. It's not straight. This design here is up here. Well, pretty close to that. Maybe it's something like that. I don't remember. I thought it was just too much because her name is just backstitched, and I was afraid it was going to get lost with all that color. So I just stuck that on there. So there it is. That has a little more fabric showing than that. Don't judge me. But the stitching's really cute. My first bookmark. Needs some work. So that's all my stitching. I guess I'll show you my haul. We'll just go right into my haul. I'm afraid I'm going to do this and my husband's going to call me. I'm like panicked. I want to get it all out. So my haul is just, I got my February Colors and Cotton fabric. It's 28 count Lugana. When you sign up and you do like an even weave, or I don't know if there's a difference, even weave and Lugana. I know there is. I don't know what it is though. You don't know what stitch count you're going to get. Last month, or so January, I got 32. This month is 28. Rose water. Okay. It's really cute. It's not that big. I'm not getting big one. Same size as Under the Sea Fabrics, but Fabrics by LJ is the bigger piece. And again, I purchased a couple flosses to go with that. Not with the fabric, but to come in the mail with the fabric. This is Midnight Blue. It's really pretty. It's actually darker than it shows up. And then Pumpkin. And next month I want to start on the Winter House from the Four Seasons by Dimensions. You know, I had just finished the winter, and there's some little tiny pumpkins. So I want to use this. It's darker than it's showing also. I've got some light really showing on me. I hope to start the floss of the month in a couple months. My husband gets working. It's not that much, but I didn't want to add that on top of everything else. I will probably stop one of my fabrics. But if I'm going to start the floss, because she sells out so fast. Sorry, I gotta pick up Rico. She sells out really fast. Hi, buddy. I know, he's having a hard time. So her fabric and her flosses go to the clubs, her clubs first. So that's why I want to do that. What else did I get? Oh yeah. So, whoops, it's all sticky. Crafting between stitches. Her video, she showed she had one of these, or she actually has a couple of them. And she got the idea from Kay's Cross Stitch, of course. And she said she got hers on Amazon for just a few dollars. So I got on there. And there is one that's only a few dollars. It's smaller. I decided to get this, and it was a little over $4. And I love it. I love it. I'm thrilled. So, this is perfect for when you want to do a hoop and you want to take it off the same day so it doesn't stay on the stitches. Perfect. I love it. And then I got this for $3.49. My husband just texted me. I'm afraid he's going to call me now. I got this for my bedroom. I'm not sure what I'll put in it, but it was in the clearance at Michael's. And this one was in the clearance at Michael's for $2.40. So even if it didn't work out that well, $2.40. And there's 4 in there. And people usually use these to put on the table and like put numbers on there so you know what table you're supposed to sit at. But of course I'm going to do stitchy stuff. So what's on the back of these is just a piece of paper and then the backing. So what I'm thinking of is putting some type of neutral color on here. I don't know if I will use cardstock or what. I've got a ton of cardstock. Take the glass out of these and put a washer like Priscilla does, and then do little like seasonal, like Easter's coming and you know Thanksgiving, all that kind of stuff, and put magnets on there and just stick them on and just pepper these 4 around to start my seasonal theme. $2.40. I can play with it, see what happens. And then the only other thing I got, if I can find it, oh, it's right in front of me. Duh. I feel really stupid right now because I'm kind of tired. I don't know. It's been a long week. I got these knitting needles that are US 50 because there's a blanket, a chunky blanket that I've been wanting to try, and it calls for these knitting needles, and since then I found a couple more. So I'm really anxious to try making a chunky blanket because if it works, I'm going to give one to my sister for Christmas. And that's it. That's all my haul. I don't have much to show you guys. It's like 18 minutes. This is it. That was my life. I will show you real quick. Oh, my husband didn't message me. Sorry. It's a Flosstube video. Woohoo. So okay, let's see. I watch it, or I read this lady's blog, Lynn something, sorry. I will try and link it below. I'm not sure her last name, but her website is like decorating, there's advice on travel. It's mostly decorating. She's got very country, or not country, but cottage. How cute is that? Cottage style. But she's got this chunky blanket pattern that she designed herself, and it's like on sale for $5. I'm thinking about, I'd like to get it. But she's got a free one. If I can find it. There it is. And she uses those knitting needles. And it's this one right here. I want to try the free one to see how I like it. Knitting with those big needles. Um, but she's got an Instagram account. I don't know if I think I closed it all. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Um, yeah, she's got an Instagram account, and then she's got a Flosstube, or not Flosstube, sorry, YouTube account. And I follow her on that. And I'll put it up. Okay, this is her YouTube. So there's her name. I think that's her kids. I thought she had a son too. And she's got a few videos, but this is how I found her, was looking for a chunky blanket tutorial. And there it is. And so I've been following her blog ever since. She's really funny. You laugh at her. She's got different videos for different things, but her husband actually has some type of a brain tumor, I believe. It affects his, a lot of his skills, like being able to walk right sometimes, and different things. And she just tries to find some humor in life to get him through it and get her through it. And it's terminal. It's a terminal cancer. So, yeah, it's very difficult for them. Sorry, I'm just trying to find... There she is. Is this it? Yeah. So this is her Instagram account. And so if you wanted to go on and get the chunky blanket, this is the one. This is a bigger picture if you wanted to buy that pattern. Because her husband doesn't work. He can't in his condition now. So her blog, she sells things on there. And she's got sponsors and stuff. And he does his bucket list. They're doing his bucket list when he's well enough. But lately he hasn't been. This is like after his 3rd or 4th trip to the ER that day. Or over a couple days. And now he's resting at home. So, you know, it's pretty hard on them. But, you know, they're trying to have everlasting... He wants to leave her with everlasting memories of him. So, you know, she is such a sweet lady. I mean, I can't promote her enough. She's a really sweet lady. And when you post something on her blog, she responds back to you, and she does it in such a sweet manner. I mean, my heart just goes out to them. And them and their children are so close. Their children are grown. I think like the last couple are in college or something. But yeah, my heart just goes out to her. I mean, she's even got a video on cancer, how to have a positive attitude about cancer. You know, my sister fought cancer. She fought cancer twice. And the first time, both times, she's lucky she's here. So, you know, I know what it's like when you get told that C word from a doctor and your life just stops. You know, when my sister called me crying and said, I have cancer, like literally I finally understood when somebody says your whole world stops in that millisecond. Like everything just stops. And I was standing right by my door and I just sunk down on the chair and it's like, oh my goodness, the world just stopped. So my heart goes out to this lady. While I still have, but you know, I was talking about the chunky blanket. I just smacked myself with the chunky blanket thing. I really am excited about trying her video tutorial on that blanket. And if you know how to purl and how to regular knit, you can do it, she said. She makes sure that her instructions are super easy. So I've been watching Crafting Between Stitches She was the one I was supposed to link, and I didn't, but I will. I'm so sorry. But she has been doing some lap stand, or sorry, not lap stand, cross stitch stand um, videos. And she did one a little while back. See the one she's holding there? It's loops and threads. So I watched it, and it was like it had already been out for like a couple weeks, something like that. And I got on to Michael's, and they were sold out. So I checked my store, they were sold out. Her video. I'm sure it was her video. So after a couple of days, I checked online again. My store was still sold out, but the Michael's website had them in stock. Then they had a 50% coupon. Then for that item, they had free shipping. For the full price and shipping would have been like $47 and something. I got it for $19.99, and it's on its way. So thank you for that video. I cannot wait to use that for my hoops. My husband made the PVC pipe stand. I use that for like my full coverage pieces when I want to prop something up and leave it there and do the two-handed stitching. And it's going to be on my larger Q-snap. But my hoops, you know, my hands, I get all the swelling, and it's hard to show. But I get it all up in here and here. I got cut at work. Don't tell anybody. But I get real bad cramping in my hands when I'm holding Q-snaps or hoops. And that is perfect. And I see now she just put up today, let's talk about cross stitch stands part 2, and it must be the Q-snap one, or sorry, the PVC pipe one. So I can't wait to watch that one today. I watched and finished Cupcake Stitcher. Watched both of hers. She's really fun and amazingly talented. And then I've been watching everybody that I've already shown you, keeping up on them. Calico and Stitcherista, Fiber Artsy and Vonna, Kay's Cross Stitch, of course Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitching Liz. I always have, sorry, I have the worst time. LIS. I'm sorry. She's so fun. She's so sweet. Oh my goodness, her smile is contagious. It really is. If you want to smile, watch her. If you want to smile that day, watch her. Mortuary Stitches, she's got another one I need to watch. But Nana's Needles, she's got a new one out. And these are people that I've been watching. And I think Midnight Crafter, it's been about a month since you've done any. Waiting anxiously for you. But right now, it seems like whenever I go to watch somebody new, then I see one of the ones that are my regulars have got a new one out. Now, I have been watching, I've watched 2 of her. It's Lady Tooth Doc. She is a dentist, and she's very talented. Oh, there's Stitcherista. But she is very talented. I've really enjoyed her videos. That's better. And, oh, there's one I was watching. Bendy Stitches. I was watching her here not too long ago. Oh, there's somebody. And I'm not finding her. I really... I'm sorry, should have wrote, I need to make notes instead. I really do. But she is living in Guam. Her husband is Navy, I believe. And she's supposed to be coming home soon. Oh, I really should have wrote her name down. And that was pretty exciting because when my husband was in the Air Force, he was stationed in Guam. I am going to start making notes. I'm sorry. We're talking. Oops. Look at that. No, you can't. Rose, anyhow, look. 98% floss tubers. And then you barely touch it. Jumps. 201 channels I've subscribed to, and only about 3 are not cross stitching. So I don't have a lot of new people to show you, but those couple I will link all the other ones you already know. I've already had links. But did I ever show you that? I don't mean gross you out, but yeah, I have that on my hand. It's like can't think of what they call it, but you have to go in and just remove that. Oh, terrifies me thinking about it, but that does not help my stitching hands, so my hands have been getting numb really quickly. So yeah, that's, it all affects my stitching. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm really hungry. I'm sure my dogs are getting hungry now, and I want to start uploading this and try and get it on here. Really, it's 31 minutes and I didn't have that much to show you, so I also really need to go to the store. So I will talk to you soon. My in-laws are coming to visit towards the end of April, so when I make my next calendar out, I'm really going to stick with it this time. I will. I've got to keep that in mind because they're here to visit. So they stay with us, so we get more time to spend with them. And so it's always hard to see them go. That's the only hard part about them coming. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what my plans will be next month because I got to play around with the calendar and see when they're actually going to be here. So once my husband gets going on a schedule, I will call him here in a bit to see if it's a for sure thing for the job. Then I'm going to try and have more of a schedule for these things, and I should be back at it. I'm getting rest up now, so can't wait to get all the stitching done. Pretty excited. So I will talk to all of you later, and when I get my crafting room done, then hopefully maybe I could do a quick tour of my craft room. I again want to thank everyone for all your wonderful positive thoughts and prayers for my husband. He's back at it. He's back at life now and getting back hopefully to work. And I know it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for all the thoughts and prayers. We're firm believers in the power of prayer. And so again, I just really thank all of you and everybody on my Instagram. Really appreciate it and appreciate you guys sticking with me and sticking through this. I haven't even been consistent on Instagram, and I feel really bad because I love to post my pictures on Instagram. I love to go back on my pictures and see how far I've come with some of this stuff, so I need to be more consistent on that. I want to start doing, like, especially when April gets here, like a daily thing. Daily picture of what I'm doing. That's my goal. So let's hope I can stick with it. I've said it out loud. Now I got to do it. So yeah, I'm off of here. Thank you all again for coming on here and watching me and spending almost 34 minutes with me. I really appreciate it. And we will see all of you next time, hopefully with a chunky blanket, partially done, and hopefully with my husband's blanket almost done. We will see you later. Bye, everyone.